Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, other seller outlets of privately sold vehicles. What is curbstoning? Well, stick around and I'm going to fill you in 100% and a little bonus of what to look for on ads and not to believe. So hi, I'm Clint Allen, the Flipper Guy. And before we get rolling here, I'm going to show you an ad off of Facebook's Marketplace, off of the things that I noticed. I'm going to tell you the description, and then what curbstoning is exactly what this guy is doing, okay? For everybody who's new here, down in the description, I put more popular videos down there. Go and peruse, real easy for you to find. And then if you like it, well, go ahead and... So let's take a look at that ad. Notice that he's using the Yukon as a workbench. We've got front collision, an expired plate that doesn't come back to him, by the way, somebody else's plate. That'll be your first hint. Number two, broken rear window. The roof rack is bent. Next one here, rusted out rockers. Next one, rusted out fenders. No interior picks, no engine picks, no odometer picks. Keeping it real simple. Keeping it as giving you as little information as possible. So possible curbstoner here, and what is going to put it over the top is I ran a Carfax type report. There's all kinds of reports that you can get on the old Google machine. So normally I wouldn't mess with something like this, but because I had contacted him and talked with him and found out a few things, I'm like, well, I'm going to further investigate this and bring that information to you so you know what a curbstoner is, so you don't get screwed. So in talking with the man, he had claimed that there was 3 owners of the vehicle, and I looked it up, and there was actually 7 owners of the vehicle. Out of those 7 owners, the last 4 owners have all been within the last year and a half. It's important to do your background when you're buying a vehicle. Those couple extra bucks that you're going to spend is well worth it, because we just found that this thing has a major issue. Somewhere down along the line, she's got a major issue. Now let's hit the description here real quick. Great running truck, just has low oil pressure. The motor was rebuilt, but the old oil pump was put back on. It runs and drives great. Motor only has 80,000 since the rebuild, and the transmission only has 60,000 since the rebuild, but the body has 270,000 miles. The rear passenger quarter window is smashed. It's about $400 for the new window, and if you get it through SafeLight, they'll charge you about $450. I just don't have the cash or the time to be messing with it. Needs to be gone in the next month or just after, or it's getting scrapped as is. Price is firm. No OBO on this particular truck. Do not text if you're gonna offer something lower than listed. You will be ignored. So I contacted him, asked him a few questions. Has no paperwork for this rebuilt engine. Has no paperwork for the transmission that's rebuilt. The last owner has it. Whether that's owner number 6543, we don't know, but doesn't have the rebuild papers for it. It runs great with low oil pressure. There is no engine rebuilder who's going to put the old pump back on. None. Nobody is stupid enough to do that. They will not put an old oil pump back on a vehicle that they are rebuilding. Depends, I guess, on what your idea of rebuilding is too. Either which way, ding, 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 ding. So I want to take a look at the truck. So I said, what's your address? I'm going to come on over there and take a look at it. Well, we don't quite want to meet, at my house. How about I meet you at Walmart? All right. What is a curbstoner? Curbstoning is an illegal scheme in which people draw car shoppers to places such as the side of the road, curbside, or a vacant lot, or any place that would be at a store, and sell them unfit used cars. A curbstoner poses as a vehicle owner to avoid both city, state, and licensing requirements. These licenses are put in place to protect the consumer and imposed on legitimate authorized automobile dealers for sale for vehicles. Curbstoners buy vehicles cheap from salvage yards, auctions, private sellers. These motor vehicles may have junked titles, wrecked cars and trucks, flooded used cars. These vehicles are not fit for sale on the open market and are unlicensed dealers selling them do little or no mechanical repairs and safety checks. They just polish them on up and flip the title on over. So that is the old Google definition of what a curbstoner is. Now, I flip vehicles and I do have my licenses, but if you're going to start out doing this, just don't be afraid by that. Put the title in your name as the owner of the car. That stops any type of requirements or anything like that that's going on. Every state has an amount of cars that you can buy as a private individual and sell within a year. Wisconsin right here is about 9, I believe. That's one almost, I know 12 months out of the year for, the keyboard warriors. But 9 is almost one every month, You can sell 9 cars in a year, you're doing pretty damn good. The curbstoners, those are the ones that are the people who are purposely screwing other people. Now back to this guy right here. So the title is not in his name. The title is in what the previous owner's name, 2 owners back. So 2 owners back flipped the title to the next guy, and then that guy sold it and flipped it to this guy right here. That is curbstoning. The next thing is he wants $1,000 for it. Don't you dare give me an offer, because I'm going to send it for junk. Well, right now in Wisconsin, one whole vehicle, the weight of a Suburban or Yukon, which that is $480. Don't know where he thinks he's going to get a grand for it, but it's $480. So you got to do your due diligence, whether you're watching this to learn how to flip cars or watching it for what it is for entertainment and learning about buying a car. You have to do your due diligence. Spend the little extra money, pull a car report, find out what the truth is about the vehicle. There's a lot of them on the old Google machine. They're 10, 15, 20 bucks, depending on how in-depth you want to be. Most of them give the same information anyways. Carfax is more expensive, but they delve into other parts of the vehicle information that you and I really don't need to know about and is good for a dealer to have, but beyond that, the cheaper ones are just fine. So you're watching The Flipper Guy, and until the next episode,
Code enforcement officials now have Cocos Taylor under a court order not to sell cars he does not own from his driveway. And so far, inspectors say Taylor is abiding by that order. Now, you think you're onto a curbstoner? Well, you might if you notice sales ads on Craigslist, Auto Trader, or in the paper with multiple auto listings using multiple addresses, but they always have the same phone number. Multiple vehicles for sale at the same location, whether it's a house, apartment, or parking lot. And the clincher, out-of-state tags on every vehicle for sale. That's a sign of a curbstoner who's fronting vehicles for a dealer not licensed to operate in your state. Andy Wise, WMC, Action News 5.